Welcome back. Previously, we were discussing about the concept of balanced scorecard and the various perspectives from which a balanced scorecard can be prepared. The motive behind a balanced scorecard is that the organization performance is measured on the basis of certain perspectives. And we have learned number of perspectives. It doesn't mean that every concern has to follow all the perspectives, but at least some of the critical measures with regard to perspectives can be followed so as to improve the performance of the organization. So let us discuss about how it can be implemented within an organization. Next one, designing the balanced scorecard and how to link multiple scorecards to a single strategy. The ultimate objective of every organization is wealth maximization as well as profit maximization. And for achieving these two objectives, the organization will have strategies, objectives, goals, missions that may vary depending upon the size of the organization. So, how the balanced scorecard can be implemented within an organization. Previously, we learned that the concept of balanced scorecard, it consists of different perspectives. For each perspective, there will be certain objectives or otherwise known as critical success factors. And for achieving those critical success factors, there are certain standards for measuring the performance. So how that perspectives can be linked to the operations of the organization. In simple terms, it means how to link a perspective or how to link a balanced scorecard system with the strategy within the organization. Because only through linking the perspective with its strategy, the organization can work efficiently. If the perspective is going in one side and the strategy is in other side, it will be difficult for the organization to maintain the performance. So before we go into the design, how to design the balanced scorecard, that pattern, you need to understand the concept of the scorecard, the multiple scorecard, how to link it with a strategy likewise. So, as we have learned earlier, the balanced scorecard is not simply a collection of critical performance measures. The performance measures are derived from a company's vision, standard, strategies, and objectives. Earlier, we have learned many critical factors. It may vary depending upon the nature of the organization. For example, in customer perspective, in that perspective, the critical factors we learned that customer satisfaction, providing quality goods, reducing the number of defective products, reducing the service cost likewise. It may vary depending upon the size of the organization. And the critical factors of the certain concern may be different when compared to another. So all these perspectives are personalized or it can be edited depending upon the nature of the organization. What the organization want and what perspective can be used for achieving those needs. That is the concept of application of balanced scorecard within an organization. So the measures must be balanced between outcome measures and need measures, between objective and subjective measures, between external and internal measures, between financial and non-financial measures. The concept is our plans or our perspectives must match with the operations or strategy of the organization. It should go side by side. So typically a company using a balanced scorecard will develop 3 to 6 performance measures. It may vary, either it may be 3 to 6 or it may be to 10 to 16 likewise for each perspective. Usually the performance measures are tied or linked to a single strategy for success. For example, consider the customer perspective. If it is critical to success that the company's product be easy to use, the company may survey the customer to measure this aspect of performance. If the organization is giving importance to on-time delivery as a factor of critical success factor with regard to customer, then it will be useful as a performance measure. So depending upon the nature of the organization, the critical success factor with regard to a perspective and the performance measure for that particular critical factor may vary. That is the concept regarding balanced scorecard. And the implementation of balanced scorecard depending upon the strategy of the organization. There must be a link between the balanced scorecard which the organization is planning to implement with the strategy of the organization. So, we have learned a number of cases of perspectives within which you have learned different critical factors for the depending upon the nature of the organization in varies. That is the concept of linking the multiple scorecard measure to a single strategy. So once the organization has identified the strategy of the organization and organization has pinpointed the various critical factors with regard to the perspective which the organization is planning, once all these are set, the organization can design the balanced scorecard system for the organization. For that, the various steps involved are set up vision and strategy. As I have mentioned earlier, the organization must set up a vision as well as strategy. Vision means the organization will have vision and mission. Mission will be the target for the short-term operations of the business, and vision will be usually for a target that is achievable in a long run. So, before implementing the multiple scorecard system, the organization must set up vision and strategy, because only on the basis of that the scorecard can be linked. After that, the organization must devise and establish the perspective. We have learned a numerous cases of perspective, and within each perspective there will be a number of critical success measures and various performance measures. Depending upon the nature and the need of the organization, perspectives can be set and its critical factors and performance measures and so can be set. So the organization must devise and establish the perspective. The organization must translate the vision in terms of perspective. That means the organization must be able to link the vision of the organization with its perspective, because it has to be go in the same direction. Then only the organization can achieve its ultimate goals. Identify critical success factors. We have learned a number of critical success factors. Whatever the perspective the organization is planning to implement, for each perspective there will be a set of critical factors. For example, in case of a customer perspective or in case of a learning perspective, there will be a number of critical success factors. It may be 10 or 12 critical success factors will be there. It doesn't mean that the organization has to follow all the 10 factors or the all 12 factors. Depending upon the need of the organization can select and set various critical success factors. Develop action plans in line with the goals and visions. Once the perspectives are linked with the vision, the next step the organization has to plan is the goals and visions. What are the action plans or what are the objectives or policies that can be implemented to achieve the goals and visions within this balanced scorecard. Develop relevant key measures to satisfy critical success factors. In each perspective, there will be a set of critical success factors, otherwise known as objectives, and there are certain performance measure standards for making sure whether the organization is achieving those objectives. So once the critical success factors are set, the organization must develop relevant key measures to make sure whether the organization is achieving critical success factors, otherwise known as objectives. Formulate goals. Once the vision, perspectives, critical success factors and performance measures are set, the organization can formulate goals. Next one, establish comprehensive scorecard. Once the goals has been set, the organization can establish a full-fledged plan for the scorecard. That is a step just before the implementation of a scorecard. That is known as establishing a comprehensive scorecard. Once a comprehensive scorecard has been set up and planned, the next and the final step is just implement the scorecard within the organization. So this is how a multiple scorecard or a balanced scorecard is designed and implemented within an organization. Next one, objectives or importance of or advantages of balanced scorecard. We have learned about the concept of balanced scorecard and how a balanced scorecard can be implemented within the organization. There may be different perspectives and the steps for implementing the balanced scorecard within an organization. So a balanced scorecard is more than a measurement system. In fact, it is a strategic management system. It converts the firm's vision and strategy into a systematic and meaningful set of measures for evaluating the performance. So, a balanced scorecard is a strategic weapon for a competitive market. There are different perspectives for which the balanced scorecard can be implemented, and the assessment of each perspective helps a firm to access the contribution of various strategies for achieving the goals of the organization. Because the assessment of financial perspective helps a firm to assess the contribution of a strategy to its profitability. Whereas from a customer perspective, balanced scorecard helps a firm in identifying the market segment that it intends to use as a target market. Similarly, in an internal business process perspective, helps a firm to identify the area of business in which it possesses the potential to excel. Because perspectives helps in identifying the strength, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. So let us discuss about the various advantages or objectives of scorecard. First one, better strategic planning. The balanced scorecard provides a powerful framework for building and communicating strategy. The business model is visualized in a strategy map which helps the managers to think about cause and effect relationship between the different strategic objectives, which helps the top level management in identifying and setting plans for the organization. Improved strategy communication and execution. Having one page picture of the strategy allows the companies to easily communicate the strategy internally and externally. Because balanced scorecard depicts a detailed analysis of the plans and strategies that the organization is going to implement, various objectives for which that plans or visions can be achieved, and how it can be measured depending upon the operations of the organization. So overall, it improves the strategy as well as communication and execution. And regarding communication and execution means it is not the responsibility of a single person or a single department alone. It is a coordinated action and activity of the entire organization as a whole. Only through that coordinated activity it can be properly implemented. And the balanced scorecard helps in improving that. Better alignment of projects and initiatives. The balanced scorecard helps organization to plan their projects and initiatives to the different strategic objectives, which in turn ensures that the projects and initiatives are tightly focused on delivering the most strategic objectives which the organization is planning to achieve. Next one, better management information. The balanced scorecard approach helps the organization to plan various key performance indicators for their various strategic objectives. This ensures that the company are measuring what actually matters and what the organization is planning to achieve, and the balanced scorecard helps in doing all these activities. Improved performance reporting. The balanced scorecard can be used to guide the design of performance reports and dashboards. This ensures that the management reporting focuses on the most important strategic issues and helps companies to monitor the execution of their plans. As you have learned in the management accounting, one of the important functions of the management accounting is management reporting system, and the balanced scorecard helps in improving the reporting system of the organization with regard to the performance of the organization. Better organizational alignment. The balanced scorecard helps the companies to better align their organizational structure with the strategic objectives, because all these has to be go in the same direction. In order to execute a plan effectively, organization need to ensure that all business units and supporting functions are working towards the same target. It may be a target, it may be a goal, it may be objective. Anyway, everything has to go in the same direction. And finally, better process alignment. A well-planned and well-implemented balanced scorecard helps to align the organizational processes such as budgeting, risk management, capital budgeting, capital structure planning, and analytics with the strategic priorities. This will help to create a truly strategic focused organization. This not only strengthens the organization effectiveness, but it also helps in improving the performance as a whole. Not in the short run, but it also helps in improving the operations in the long run also. That is the concept of balanced scorecard. Because perspectives may be set depending upon the need of the organization. If it is looking for a short run, then it has to set the critical success factors depending upon the short term requirements. If the organization is planning for a long run, it has to plan according to the requirement. So these are the major objectives or importance or advantages with regard to balanced scorecard. We will discuss about the next main area, that is key performance indicators, in the next session.